I gotta admit, I used to hate the idea of making a remake of the classic cartoon films, but man, the cinematography and the orchestration, beautiful. It's so, like, very few people will ever spend money nowadays on an actual orchestra. It's usually all MIDI. This is a real orchestra, and it's beautiful, and also 300 times more expensive. Shut up and take my... Come on, that is juicy. Sorry, Anya, didn't mean to scare you. Oops. Oh my god. That is delicious. So many reasons. She's bringing in Belt Town, mixing the styles extremely elegantly. It's wonderful. Let's see that again. Hold on. Or hear it, rather. Man, that's the thing, is there's so much to freaking talk about. I know, Anya. I know. You're a dog. You're a dog. Yeah, I got you. I know you're here. I know you're here, Anya. Okay. See, that's brilliant. That's brilliant for a few reasons, okay? So, stylistically, in the original, there was a lot of effort made to make Ariel sound young, despite the actress playing her as, you know, an older woman. And at least certainly older than the teenager that is the age of Ariel. And so for her to do this, to bring in vibrato on this note that's generally no big deal, right? It's incredible. Brilliant. Yeah, I just, I really like the decision there, especially because, so if you're going to do that, right, the lyric is no big deal. No big deal, right? So that makes sense to kind of cut it off and make it not a big deal, right? What I love what Halle's done here is that she makes that choice valid of making it a bigger deal because she's going into the big belt thing that I think we'll love. I love this. This is something I was so worried about. Like I was, wrong one. I was worried that they're going to rein her in too much, and they're leaning into the beauty of her voice and letting her existing technique, which is phenomenal, they're just letting that be at the forefront. It's magic. I'm so happy about that. Right? Brilliant. Oh, even leaked, it sounds good. Right? Like, the tone of her voice is just immaculate. Like, that is what it is. It's been that way. It's amazing. I love her voice, absolutely. I love that they haven't restrained her. Right? She's throwing in a lot of the classical stuff that makes her sound more lush and more powerful, and I like that. I like that Ariel is not meek. You know what I mean? I like that she's not. She sounds more gutsy, and I think this is way better than the original, mainly because this is the kind of singing that I love. What's nice here is she's actually ditching the Disney technique. The Disney technique is basically doing classical singing with a high larynx, right? So I want to be where the people are. I want to see them dancing, right? If I lower my larynx, I want to be, right? Do the classical thing, very different. I want to be where the people are, right? And so that's generally what was done and what is called the seen as the Disney technique, because they were hiring older people, older singers, to play younger roles. And they're just not putting Halle in that situation, which is great. I mean, this tone. So her larynx is not like super low like it would be in opera. It's definitely not that. It's still like mid and around the kind of the mid and high of laryngeal height, which is a weird way to put it. It's a lovely blend of classical and pop. I would even maybe put it in the popera category, where it's like I don't know. It's hard. What I love is that it's actually hard to place a genre slapped on top of it, right? And that's been true of Chloe and Halle in general, right? They kind of genre bent. They take pieces of things here and there and make it work for them. This works wonderfully. Get an homage to the classical sound. Little musical theater belt. I wouldn't call it a belt, but the line, the breath doesn't stop, right? Super different than how the original was performed. I want to be where the people are. I want to see them dancing, right? Now what's going on here, right? I want to be where the people are. I want to see them dancing, right? Super legato, beautiful line. And it works so well because damn, her voice is beautiful. Just crazy, great. Oh, listen to when she sings burn. That word has never been more attractive. Let's hear it. This is great. I love it. So she brightens the vowel a little bit at the start of the note, right? It's not burn. It's almost like an ah vowel. Yeah, right? And then she adds a little bit more of a little bit more of a belty kind of thing, and that kind of makes it really dramatic. So when you belt, you have to, or at least a big part of it is contracting the aryepiglottic sphincter, the sphincter. And what that does is it introduces twang. So she's doubling down on the brightness. She's doubling down on the twang. You get brighter with that. Right? And then she goes into that. She goes into the more classical thyroid cartilage tilt that sounds more classical, right? You get a deeper sound. And here's the beauty of it. She's doing that as she changes the vowel. So as she tails off on that note, burn, right, changes the vowel to something a little bit more narrow, less ah, right, less bright, a little bit more mellow. And then on top of that, she gives that thyroid tilt, which makes the sound warmer. Halle Bailey is a strong, independent woman, and she don't need no vocal coach. Did I do that right? I don't think I did that right. is actually more difficult. So when you sing opera, you also contract, at least for tenor, the different techniques between different voice types in opera. They're not all the same. Tenors and even some sopranos, there is that twang, that aryepiglottic sphincter contraction, because that's how you project over the orchestra, right? You're not going to beat the orchestra in volume, so you have to beat them in volume at a specific frequency in order to be heard. So what she's doing here is she's not using that twang. She's doing more of like what popera technique is, which is you don't have almost any AES, aryepiglottic sphincter. And the reason why I know that's happening is you can actually hear her larynx. So traditionally, opera would be da da, right? I don't know how to do it without like overwhelming the microphone. But what she's doing is it's actually like a little bit lighter. You can get up close to the microphone. And it sounds large, but it's actually quite delicate. It's not classical. It's not opera, which is fine. She has a microphone. She's allowed to use it. And I actually think it works better. I think it works better for this situation because I don't know if you know this about opera. It's not subtle. No one ever heard an opera singer and was like, wow, it was well-tempered, subtle. I could barely hear it, right? Like when I kid you not, I have a friend of mine who's a spinto, and I think she might end up becoming a dramatic because her voice is massive. And when she would sing, it was like standing next to a rock speaker. Like it was loud. And this is not that, which is fine. I think it sounds better on a microphone, way better. Yes. Yes. You hear that? Yes. Ooh. That's a tough one. She's really floating that eval. That's a tough one. It almost gets away from her, right? She's making adjustments on the fly. It's subtle, not like crazy adjustments, but she's really taking that soft sound. This is the Disney technique. This is classical music with a higher larynx. That's tough because she has to keep it in line, right? It's all too easy to go, wish I could be, right? Which is delicate. Wish I could be, right? You can't tilt that thyroid cartilage too much, which is what gives the bravado and the depth, right? It has to be gentle. At least that's the choice that she's making character-wise, which I like a lot, actually. This woman has a beautiful voice. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, that technique isn't necessarily going to make you sound this good. I mean, she's got probably a nice microphone and preamp and all of that. But it's beautiful. Period. The end. It's gorgeous. Her voice is gorgeous. Her singing decisions, her phrasing, her technique, it's all perfect for this role. And, my wife has been talking to me about ever since the trailer came out. She's like, white people are, complaining and need to get in their lane. And I don't disagree. But what they don't realize, by doing that, they're actually going to sell more tickets. If you throw hate and drama, people that would not have ordinarily cared or looked into it are going to hear about it. And the majority of people are going to be like, she's black, so what? And then more people will buy tickets. So I'm not saying racism is okay because it pays, But in this instance, I really am glad to see that no matter how this goes, Halle is coming out on top and probably much richer. Listen, you know, you gotta get